Big changes coming behind the scenes at McDonald's. Now, they're not exactly known for their healthy foods. Now, McDonald's says they're going to phase out buying chickens raised with antibiotics that are used in human medical treatment. Here with more on why McDonald's is making this move and what it could really mean for its business is Darren Tristano. He is from the restaurant consulting firm Technomic. Great to have you as always, Darren.
Thanks for letting me be here.
All right, so explain exactly what is McDonald's doing and the thinking behind it.
Well, I think what McDonald's is doing is trying to play catch up in an industry that has started to get rid of hormones and antibiotics in a lot of the supply chain proteins like chicken and beef. So they're playing catch up to brands like Chipotle, which has really done a great job of bringing better ingredients to the marketplace. And in the process, being so large, they're trying to get rid of these things that are unhealthy to consumers and to really answer the question that consumers have always asked about McDonald's: is the food healthy and where does it come from?
All right, well, does this really accomplish that? I mean, is it going to change consumer perception? I mean, it's only one thing.
Well, I think it's a logical step for McDonald's to start to improve the quality of the food that they're serving in their sandwiches. And today, consumers are far more sensitive, especially younger consumers as well as parents who are feeding their children with McDonald's. So as an affordable way for American citizens to eat out away from the restaurant, it's important to also know that the food is good quality and good for you.
That said, as you mentioned so accurately, they are a step behind many of their rivals who are, and many of them take it even a step further to all antibiotics. Places like Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, they are direct competitors in this space. Is it enough?
Well, I think McDonald's has done a great job outside the United States, and because of their size, they really need to learn to crawl before they walk in this marketplace. So by starting down the path with chicken, getting rid of these antibiotics and hormones, that's a first step forward. And then eventually they can work towards improving the quality of the food and the ingredients through their supply chain for other products on the menu. So it's a very important first step for them, and certainly consumers will respond very positively toward this change.
All right, so Darren, I'm glad you mentioned supply chain. They use so much chicken. Are they going to be able to even get enough chicken given these new parameters?
Well, a number of suppliers for years have been gearing up for a greater demand for this chicken, and as a result, it's moving in the right direction. Certainly the way McDonald's uses suppliers, they use multiple suppliers, but clearly it's going to take some time for them to get all of these antibiotics out of the system and for suppliers to catch up with this great demand. But it's going to really change the way producers, chicken producers, look at how they're treating these animals and what the demand looks like. And overall, I think this change is going to be good not only for McDonald's and its customers, but for the rest of the industry, because McDonald's leads and generally sets an example.
They've talked very candidly about the fact that they don't have a lot of pricing power when it comes to their consumers, many of whom are still pinched economically. So will this result in higher costs for McDonald's that they might have to pass on to consumers, and how will that play out?
Well, generally the challenge for operators today, the reality is, how do we improve the quality of food without taking price increase? And consumers can't have it both ways. So I think there will be some price increases. Certainly consumers are very sensitive to this already because affordable fast food is what many Americans depend on. So as a result, I think we're going to see improved quality and higher prices, not significantly higher, but enough to really show that Americans can get better food at a low price, but they have to pay a little bit more to get it.
You know, McDonald's has so many different issues. How far does this go to fixing the big picture? I mean, they've ousted their CEO, they're bringing in new management. What is their strategy right now, and is this working?
Well, I think their strategy today is to get back to a point where they're not losing share in the industry. Today, we're in a very low growth environment, so if McDonald's is declining in sales, then other brands are picking those sales up. Frequency is still relatively flat, which means consumers aren't going out to eat more often. But as the economics and the indicators today with disposable income, consumer confidence, and even unemployment numbers improving dramatically, I think what we'll see is more Americans going out. McDonald's numbers should get back to flat and hopefully improve over the next year to 2 years. These types of changes are going to create a positive perception for many consumers who will return to McDonald's and eat there because of the changes they're making for the benefit of us consumers.
All right. Thanks so much, Darren.
Thank you.
Our thanks to Darren Tristano from Technomic. I'm Bobby Rebell. This is Reuters.